Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to differentiate the function ln of 1 plus 1 over x. And I'll do it with two ways, okay? First is just that I will look at this as how it is and differentiate. So let's go ahead and get going. I will put on y prime for the derivative notation. And now we know the derivative of ln of something, it's going to be 1 over the inside, right? So that's just 1 plus 1 over x right here. And now, don't forget to use the chain rule. So we will have to multiply by the derivative of the inside. Derivative of 1 is 0, and derivative of 1 over x is negative 1 over x squared, like this. So that's pretty much it. And if you look at the denominators, we can of course multiply like this. So you can just go ahead and do this and that. So we can say that y prime is equal to negative 1 on the top over x squared times 1 is just x squared. X squared times 1 over x is just x. So we can say that's plus x. And you can leave it as how it is, or you can factor out the x. Doesn't matter. But this is the derivative for that. Well, let's take a look of another way to approach this. Y is equal to ln of 1 plus 1 over x. Notice that the inside we have two things, and we are just doing 1 plus the fraction 1 over x. We can get the common denominator. So let me go ahead and multiply this by x over x like this. So in other words, this is the same as ln. On the top, I will just have x plus 1 over the denominator, which is x. And now what can we do? Well, we have a quotient instead of the ln. So we can say this is ln of the top, which is just x plus 1. And then minus the second ln, and it will be with the denominator inside, like this. And instead of looking at the original expression, we can take a look of this expression and then differentiate. This way, in this case, we actually don't have to use the chain rule. We still do, but it doesn't matter anymore. But anyway, let's see. So, derivative of ln of 1 plus x is just going to be 1 over the inside, which is just x plus 1. Technically, we still have to check if we have to use a chain rule or not. In fact, we always do. It's just a matter if it matters or not. But if you take a look, the derivative of the inside, derivative of x plus 1 is just 1. So when you multiply by 1, it doesn't really matter, right? Well, now you can just do the same thing for next. Minus the derivative of ln x is just 1 over x, and still the derivative of x is just 1, so it doesn't really matter. That's pretty much it. But to see this is actually the same as that, we can just combine these two fractions together, get the common denominator and things like that, right? So for the first one, I will just multiply the bottom by x and also multiply the top by x, and then erase the 1. It seriously doesn't really matter. Anyway, and then for the second one, let's multiply by x plus 1, all right? And now we see that y prime is equal to the same denominator. Let's write that down first. I will write it down as, well, distribute. So we get x squared plus x. And then on the top, this is just x. And then let me just put on x. And then take this, multiply. So we have minus 1 times x is x. And then minus 1 times 1 is just another minus 1. And you see, this and that will cancel out. So we do have the same answer. Y prime is equal to negative 1 over x squared plus x. And maybe you guys can leave a comment down below and let me know which approach that you guys like better. But anyway, that's it.